welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we're going to do a reading for Gemini on what are they saying about you. So let's call in Spirit with some wind chime time. And I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. What we're going to do, Gemini, is we're going to start off with the Fairy Godmother Oracle. This will give me a general idea of what we're looking at in terms of what is being said about you. And then we'll use the tarot to identify who's saying it and what the outcome will be. All right, what do we have for Gemini, please? What's being said about Gemini? What's being said about Gemini? So we have self-worth and rejection coming out. We've got one more for you here. And abandonment. So here's self-worth. Abandonment. I think these cards are so beautiful. And then rejection. So, Gemini, I feel like I'm reading for somebody who has had not an easy life. This is somebody who didn't have things handed to them. I'm reading for somebody who has probably had some difficulty with regards to parents being parents, right? Like maybe more of a friend or kind of just like a weird parental relationship, and that impacted self-worth. We have, I think, some fear of abandonment as well as some general anxiety pertaining to people not really loving you for who you are, and maybe even branching into a little bit of a fear of being your authentic self because you've worked really hard to get the close relationships that you have, so you want to make sure that nothing upsets that social circle that you do have. So first of all, I just want to say, Gemini, if this does resonate for you, you're loved. You should be exactly whoever the fuck you are, and your happiest life is one where you're doing what makes you happy. Obviously, like, don't be a serial killer, but like, you know, I want you to put more effort into talking to yourself positively, because that does really have an impact on ourselves, whether that means just, you know, like fewer self-deprecating jokes, because I'm a big fan of those, or just like, you know, taking the time to make a joke. Like you walk past a window and you can see your reflection and you're just like, damn, I look good. Like, yeah, it might be a joke, but these are all things that can feed into whether or not your mental state is helping you be a better version of yourself and building you up instead of tearing you down, right? All right, I'll get off my soapbox. We're going to use the Bianco Nero deck today. This will help us identify who is talking about it sounds like they're talking about your issues, right? So I'm not getting that this is somebody who's saying things about you in a negative way. I think there's just somebody who's trying to understand you and wants you to see yourself better. We have the Fool here for hidden energy. If you're new to my channel, this is when a card flips over but doesn't fall out. So there's a new beginning here that might be hard for you to see. It might be something that you've wanted or, you know, dreamt of, but haven't really ever seen it being something that you could actually tangibly have, because we have a fear here of betrayal. So I think this is specifically looking at like a fear of abandonment, but is also possibly tied to rejection. So Gemini, just one more time, gotta reiterate, like, you've got to be kind to yourself, okay? We've got Knight of Pentacles. So there's a sense of stagnancy here for you, Gemini. There's maybe some hesitation here because there's a concern over whether or not something that you want to do is going to result in you losing something or someone that's very important to you. And with this Queen of Cups, it looks like we have somebody here who wants to move towards you, right? And it looks like there's a concern over the distance. Maybe there's been a little bit of emotional distance. So it doesn't have to be that you're no contact, but I get the sense that between you and this person, we have like a sense that something can't be said, like you're holding back. We might see the Four of Pentacles come out because there's something here coming in between you guys. So I think this is either like a family member or a significant other that's talking about you in a matter of concern, right? Like they want to make sure that you're being good to yourself is the impression that I'm getting. So this person has offered you stability, and this person has been there a long time. So this isn't somebody that you just met like a year ago, right? Like this person who's saying these things about you out of concern, they're wanting to make sure that you have the stability in your life that they think that you deserve, and they've seen you progress. It's pretty obvious to me that they love you, but it's like they're almost waiting, and they're not really sure. They're not really sure how to handle things right now without you being hurt, because they don't want you to be hurt. It looks like there might even be an apology here. So you might have something in between the two of you that either you need to make an apology or they need to make an apology. Either way, Gemini, I'm sensing that this is somebody who cares about you. They acknowledge that there's a conversation that needs to happen. They don't want you to be afraid of rejection or abandonment. They really do want to make sure that you can have continued stability with each other. But there's something here that's holding, I think, both of you back from having a conversation. So I get the impression that this thing, like what they're saying, basically, they're probably consulting with like a close friend or a family member, like a sister or something, and trying to figure out what they can do to make sure that they're kind to you during a conversation that they know is keeping you up at night. You have the Ten of Swords coming out, and I see this more as a fear and less of a current state. So that's why I see it kind of like the Nine of Swords. And then we've got the Queen of Pentacles, the Four of Cups. So here's the Ten of Swords, by the way. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. So this Queen of Pentacles is somebody who is reliable, right? Somebody who has a strong commitment to being successful or providing for themselves, right? Pretty independent. And then we've got the Four of Cups telling me here that there is this fear of rejection tied to the long-term stability. So this looks a lot like somebody who's concerned about a marriage or a very long-term relationship being lost over a single conversation. And we have the Queen of Wands. So there's a feminine energy here who is very successful, knows how to get shit done, probably pretty attractive physically, and desired by, you know, a decent amount of the people around them. And this person is the person who is saying these things out of concern for you. We have the Seven of Wands here to speak to there being a little bit of a defensive energy here, and an importance placed on the timing. So Gemini, I'm getting the sense here that the outcome is dependent on the timing, right? But I think there's also a sense from Spirit here that they don't want you to be defensive. And the Two of Pentacles is telling me that there's kind of like a concern in terms of finances that might be complicating the timing here. So you or this person who's saying these things about you, there might be a concern over the financial status here, so that might be kind of making things a little bit more stressful than what you would like in terms of this heart-to-heart that's needed here. Yeah, we've got Three of Wands, which is about waiting for your ships to come in. So I heard like, don't expect the worst, because we've got the Three of Wands under the Four of Cups. There's a concern here that you are generating or like manifesting a negative situation here because you are so focused on this fear that you have. So again, I really want you to shift gears in terms of the way that you're thinking about things and be more positive and kind to yourself. And then we have the Ten of Wands. I like to see this not all the time, but I like to see it now, because what I see here is, Gemini, you are about to put down this burden that you've been carrying for a while. So I want you to take whatever amount of time, 2 days, 3 days, whatever it is, and really focus on doing things that help you feel calm and powerful, like yoga, or maybe you're a dancer, maybe you really enjoy going to the gym. Do things that help you feel strong and competent and confident, and then get yourself ready and courageous enough to have this conversation, because when you let go of this burden, it's going to be really, really freeing for you. And I want you to be able to get to that point, because you're spending too much time in this negative world, and I think there's a lot of happiness and blessings waiting for you on the other side of this heart-to-heart that you need to have. So all right, I hope that is helpful for you, Gemini. Sorry if I went a little bit long for you, and have a wonderful rest of your day.